All right. So in today's lecture, today's lecture is an important one because we are doing the very important topics, very important, very recent topics which are there in the news, right? Which are there in the news about defense, right? About defense. So that's how they make in your exam. That's how they make the questions, right? Which are there in the news, right? Defense is a very wide topic, but the questions which they ask you in your Afcat exam is based on the news which is there, all right, which is currently going on. So these slides we have prepared in a way that the news articles with the questions are there, all right, with the questions and the news articles, so that you will be able to read the things also, right? Read the important things which might appear in your exam, right? And based on that we have formed some questions over here, right? So that's how we will be going through the defense part of your exam of Afcat, right? So in defense you can expect around 3 to 4 questions, right? 3 to 4 questions in your defense from your current affairs, right? From your current affairs. So let us see what all things are there in news and how are the questions made on such news, right? Let us see that. So if you see this article from the Hindu, it's from November 29, right? November 29, 2024. Very recent news. It says India test submarine launched ballistic missile with a range around this, right? And so it is talking about this submarine, right, which is has been recently launched, right? The submarine which has been recently fitted with a missile. What is this missile? This is K4 missiles, right? K4 missiles. So the question is, from which submarine was the K4 missile test conducted, right? From which submarine was the K4 missile test conducted? So is it INS Arihant? Is it INS Chakra? Is it INS Arigat or INS Kalveri? Right. So this K4 missiles which were recently conducted were from INS Arigat, from INS Arigat, right? And this INS Arigat is a class of Arihant class, right? This submarines Arigat belongs to Arihant class of submarine, right? Arihant class, right? This is the class. So we have submarines, we have the naval ships which are divided into certain categories, right? So these categories we call as classes, right? So this INS Arigat is belong to Arihant class, right? These are nuclear submarines, right? Nuclear submarines. So about this is you can read over here. The Indian Navy carried out the test firing of 3500 kilometer. This is the range K4 ballistic missile. And this K4 missiles are ballistic missile. They are ballistic missiles in nature, right? K4s are ballistic missiles, right? So we will be doing what all are these ballistic, which are ballistic missiles, which are this air to air missiles, which are anti tank missile, which are cruise missile. We'll all learn in this via this news itself, all right? So everything we will be reading it and learning it via the news itself, right? So it has newly inducted submarine in INS Arigat, right? INS Arigat. And where is this INS Arigat? INS Arigat based in? So this is based in Vishakhapatnam, right? In our naval base, Vishakhapatnam, right? So there might be also a question that INS Arigat, because it is there in news. So it is based where? So it is based in Vishakhapatnam, right? It has been launched from our naval base that is in Vishakhapatnam, right? Vishakhapatnam naval base, right? Okay. So this was about this. Okay. Let us move to the next article. The next article says counter terrorism warming joint exercise between India, Cambodia armies begins in Pune, right? So this news again from December 1st, right? December 1st, 2024, right? So the important questions which can be made over here are this Sinbex, about this exercise Sinbex, right? Sinbex. So Sinbex exercise aims to improve military cooperation between India and which country? India and which country? So they are asking you this Sinbex is between India and which country, right? So there is a question, definitely a question on exercises in your exam, right? which exercise is conducted by which of India and which country, right? Or which all countries are involved in the following exercise, right? So about this sin bags, right? Sin bags, sin bags. From the name, you can find out sin. Sin is for Cambodia, right? Cambodia. So we do it with Cambodia, sin bags with Cambodia, right? Similarly with Vietnam. With Vietnam, we do win backs. Vietnam, we do win backs, right? Win backs with Vietnam, right? And about Philippines, there is an important news about Philippines as well. From Philippines, we what we have given BrahMos missile to Philippines, right? We have given this BrahMos missile, BrahMos missile, which is jointly developed by Brahma, that is India, BrahMos, India, and Moscow, that is river of Russia. Russia, right? So BrahMos, we have recently did a trade of BrahMos missile with Philippines, right? We did a trade with this BrahMos missiles. We have exported our BrahMos missile to Philippines, right? So this is again important news about Philippines, right? So this was about this news, right? India and Cambodia army begins in Pune, right? Pune is the location where they have conducted this exercise, Sinbags, right? Sinbags exercise in Pune, right? Okay, let us then now move further to this. It is saying, what is the primary objective of Eklavya platform? Why now? Why now about only Eklavya platform? Because it is again there in the news, right? News from 20th November. This says Indian Army launches Eklavya online digital platform for officers training. For officers training. So this article you can go through it, right? Upendra Dwivedi on Thursday learning platform. It is a online learning platform. Online learning platform for Indian Army, right? So let us go through the option. It is saying enhancements, recruitment procedures. No, right? Revolutionizing officer training through digital learning, right? This is the right answer over here, right? Improving physical does not make, right? So it is for officer training. It is an online platform for officer training through digital learning, right? Through digital learning. Online, it is an online platform. It is a online platform over here, right? Okay. Then let us go through the next article. This says Jaipur based, again from November 12th. This says Jaipur based Southern Western Command establishes think tank. Think tank Gyan Shakti. So Gyan Shakti is what? Gyan Shakti is a think tank, right? It is a think tank, right? Think tank of Indian Army, right? Of Indian Army. So the question says, what is the name of the newly established think tank by Indian Army Southwestern Command, right? Southwestern Command. It is Raksha. So this is Gyan Shakti, right? It is Gyan Shakti. All right. So this is how they make questions in your exam, right? This is how they make questions in your exams, right? Let us move to the next one. The next one says, okay, the next one says the Nag Mark II. Nag Mark II missiles enhances which of the following capabilities of Indian Army? Which of the, so Nag missile, about Nag missiles. What are these Nag missiles? Are they surface to air defense? Are they anti-tank capabilities? Are they long range artillery or coastal surveillance? So these are anti-tank capabilities. These are anti-tank missiles, right? Nag missiles. Nag missiles are anti-tank missiles, right? These are anti-tank missiles. Again in news in January 15th, right? January 15, 2025. Nag Mk2 anti-tank missiles, right? They are anti-tank missiles. Successfully completed first field trials, right? Again in news, right? So what are these anti-tank, surface to surface, long range? So we just need to know which type of missiles belong to what. All right. So we understood that this Nag missiles are anti-tank missiles, right? These are anti-tank missiles. These are anti-tank missiles. Then we have something called air-to-air missile, right? Air-to-air missile. Air-to-air missile. These are what air-to-air missiles are. they are launched from our fighter jets, right? They are launched from fighter aircrafts, right? So what are these types of missile? This is air-to-air missile. Is one which we have is called Astra. 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 This we launch from, which we have recently conducted. It's launched from LCA Tejas. That is one of our indigenously developed fighter aircraft, right? LCA Tejas. So we have launched this Astra missile that is a air-to-air missile, right? It is an air-to-air missile from LCA Tejas over here. All right. Then we have something. Then we have another important, that is air to surface. Air to surface. Air to surface, right? This is another important category of missile. So in this category, that is from air to surface, right? Air to surface, we launch these missiles. These are Rampage. One missile which we have is Rampage, right? Rampage is an air to surface missile, which we have taken it from. This Rampage missile, we have taken it from Israel, right? This Rampage missile, we have taken it from Israel, right? Israel. And one more air to surface missile we have is called Rudram. Rudram, right? So this two are two, Rampage and Rudram. This is known as air to surface missile. These are air to surface missile, right? Then we have surface to surface as well, right? We have some surface to surface as well, right? Surface to surface, right? Surface to surface, we have, by the name itself, you can identify these are surface to surface missile that are nothing. Agni, right? We have Agni, which is surface to surface. Then we have Prithvi, right? Prithvi, all developed by DRDO. Prithvi, then we have Prahar, right? These are all developed by DRDO, and these are all surface to surface missiles, right? These are surface to air to surface missile, right? Remember, air to surface missile. Rampage is from surface, it is from air, it is launched to the surface, right? To the surface. And Astra is a missile which is directly launched in surface, right? From in the air, right? In the air, from the aircraft to another aircraft, right? From one aircraft to another aircraft, this Astra missile is launched, right? So Astra is what? Astra is a air-to-air missile. Air to surface is Rampage and Rudram. Then we have this Nag missile. Nag missile is what? Nag is an anti-tank missile. It is a anti-tank missile, right? Just remember all these things. All right. These are all important questions which are made in your exam. All right. Okay. Let us see the next article. It talks about DRDO successfully completed flight testing of 75-kilometer guided Pinaka rocket system. So Pinaka rocket system again become an important point in news from November, right? From the November month, right? So Pinaka rocket system, the question is, what is the primary role of Pinaka weapon system, right? What is the primary role of Pinaka weapon system? Is it a anti-aircraft defense? Is it a multi-barrel rocket launch system? It is unmanned combat or ballistic missile. So this Pinaka weapon system, which is developed, this is developed by India, right? It is an indigenous weapon. It is developed by India, right? It is developed by India. It is a multi-barrel rocket launch system, right? So Pinaka weapon system is a multi-barrel rocket launch system, right? Multi-barrel rocket launch system over here. All right, important point. Okay, let us see the next article. So article says, this is from PIB. Article from PIB. It says India-Malaysia joint military exercise. Harimau Shakti. Harimau Shakti commenced in Malaysia. So now again it becomes an important question as it is in news, right? So this is saying, what is the name of joint military exercise between India and Malaysia? Which is the exercise which we conduct with Malaysia, they are asking you. So is it Winbags? No, right? Winbags, we conduct it with, yes, Winbags we conduct it with, we just discussed with Vietnam, right? With Vietnam. Then we have Harimau Shakti with Harimau Shakti, which we do it with Malaysia, right? Harimau Shakti, we do it with Malaysia. Then we have this Varuna. Varuna, remember, Varuna is again an important point, right? This is the exercise, we do it with France. We do it with France, right? Exercise Varuna. All right. So again, important here because it is why it is important, because it is there in the news, right? In the news, the fourth edition of India Malaysia joint military exercise Harimau Shakti commenced today, right? In Malaysia. Where did it commence? In Malaysia, right? Not in India. It commenced in Malaysia over here. All right. Okay. Let us move to the next one. Next article. It says about India, France, and UAE kick off air drill over Arabian Sea. All right, over Arabian Sea. So the question now: what is the name of the trilateral air combat exercise involving India, France, and UAE? Right, India, France, and UAE. So this is which exercise? This is which exercise? So if you read this article, if you just read this article, it says called desert night, right? Desert night over where? Arabian Sea. Over Arabian Sea, right? Now again, this become an important question over here, because they can form questions in any way, right? They can form questions like desert night is conducted between which all countries, right? The question can be made, which countries are involved in this? Which countries are involved in this exercise desert night? So these are what? These are India, France, and UAE, right? India, France, and United Arab Emirates, right? UAE. So these three countries are participating, and it's a air based exercise, right? It is a air based exercise. And one more important question: where did it conducted? Right? Over which sea? Over which sea? Right? So it is over Arabian Sea over here, right? Arabian Sea. It is conducted over Arabian Sea, right? So like this, the questions become very important, right? Like such questions which are there in news, they form questions around the news articles, right? They form the questions around the news articles. So it is very important to go through the recent news which are there about the defense, right? Especially about the defense. That's why we have attached here everything which is there important here, right? About the particular exercise. So you can go through the articles as well. All right. So after the class, I want you all to just go through these articles as well, right? What about talks about what? All right. Just the this snapshot. All right. Just about the snapshot. All the important points are mentioned over here. All right. Let us see the next article. This says Indian Ocean Region Survey ship INS Nirdeshak commenced at Vishakhapatnam Naval Dockyard, right? Commissioned at Vishakhapatnam Naval Dockyard. So now let us see the question. So which type of vessel is INS Nirdeshak? So INS Nirdeshak is which type of vessel? Why are only INS Nirdeshak? Because it is again there in news, right? It is again there in news, right? So INS Nirdeshak is a survey vessel, right? It is a survey vessel, all right? It is a survey vessel, okay? INS Nirdeshak. Okay. Then we have what type of warship is INS Trishul, right? About Navy, right? About Navy. INS Trishul is what type of warship? What type of warship? So if you see this article, India gets its latest multi-role stealth frigate, right? It is a stealth frigate, right? Commissioned in Russia. So it is not commissioned in India. Okay, remember, it is commissioned in Russia by Rajnath Singh, right? It is commissioned in Russia, not in India, right? So it is a what? It is a stealth frigate, right? Stealth frigate. So it is a guided missile frigate, right? Missile frigate, right? So you can just go through the article which is attached over here, right? Just go through the article about this particular INS Trishul, right? INS Trishul is a frigate, right? It is a guided missile frigate, right? Okay. Then we have this news article. It says Adani Defense delivers two Drishti 10 drones. Drishti 10 drones. to Navy boasting maritime surveillance capability. All right. So it is given to Navy, right? This Drishti 10, then they can ask you what is Drishti 10. So it is what? It is drone, right? It is, these are drone. Now the question is saying which company has delivered the second Drishti 10 surveillance drones to Indian Navy, right? Which company they are asking you now. So it is which company? Is it HAL, DRDO, Adani Defense, or Bharat Electronic Limited? So this is Adani Defense over here, right? It is Adani Defense which has delivered this, Drishti 10 surveillance drone over here, right? So important again becomes important. Drishti 10s are what? They are drones, right? And developed by Adani Defense, right? They are developed by Adani Defense over here, right? Okay. Then we have this. Which of these is major focus of SLENEX, right? Now we have another exercise, SLENEX, right? SLENEX. So by the name also you can identify. SLE means Sri Lanka, right? So another important exercise for your exam point of view, right? So SLENEX, we do it with Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, right? So the article again from December 16, it says India Sri Lanka joint naval exercise, SLENEX, right? 24 from December 17, right? So now they are asking you what? Which of these is a major focus of this exercise? So is it space warfare? No, right? So it is a operation by navies, right? SLENEX is an operation by Navy. Then you have to identify which is the major focus. Is it counter-terrorism and anti-piracy? Or is it air-to-air combat? No, right? It is not of Air Force. Amphibious landing? No. Then it is space warfare? No, right? It is counter-terrorism and anti-piracy drills. Anti-piracy drills because of Navy, right? Because this exercise SLENEX is conducted by the Navy, right? Naval exercise. It is a naval exercise. So for anti-piracy drills, right? Anti-piracy drills. All right. SLENEX with which country we do? With Sri Lanka, right? With Sri Lanka we do. All right. And where it is hosted? It is hosted from Vishakhapatnam coast, right? Vishakhapatnam coast over here. All right. Okay. Then we have this another important article. It says, what is the primary objective of exercise Yuddha Abhyas? So Yuddha Abhyas, we do it with USA. We do it with USA, right? So in the recent Yuddha Abhyas was conducted on 9th of September, right? 9th September. 9th September, we conducted Yuddha Abhyas. And where did it held? It held in Rajasthan, right? In the Pokhran, right? In Rajasthan. It held in Rajasthan between the armies, right? Between the armies of USA and India, right? Between the armies of USA and India. It is an army exercise, right? It is an army exercise. So this says, what is the primary objective of exercise Yuddha Abhyas? Is it naval warfare? No, it is not of Navy, right? It is enhancing interoperability between India and US armed forces. Joint research on military technology? No. Space exploration? No. So it is interoperability between India and US armed forces, right? So you can see over here this Yuddha Abhyas, right? 2024. All right. Then we have this. Where were the Mahe class ASW vessels launched from? Where were the Mahe class ASW vessels launched from, right? So if you see the news article, this news article from 10th of September, it says Indian Navy launched anti-submarine warfare vessels, anti-ASW. ASW is anti-submarine warfare, ASW, right? ASW vessels Malpe and Mukti. Malpe and Mukti, these are from Mahe class, right? Just remember this. Malpe and Mukti are from Mahe class. Mahe class, right? It is from Mahe class of ship. Mahe class. At Cochin shipyard. Cochin shipyard here. at Cochin Shipyard. So it is launched from Cochin Shipyard, Kerala. Cochin Shipyard, Kerala. And about this, right? Garden Research Shipbuilders and Engineers. These are the manufacturers of most of our Navy ship, right? Navy ships, they manufacture this, all right? They are the company which manufacture our ships, right? Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers at Kolkata, all right? So this Mahi class ASW vessels were launched from Cochin Shipyard, Kerala, right? Cochin Shipyard in Kerala, all right? So this article is there. You can just go through this article after the class, all right? Just go through the article after the class, all right? This is saying, what is the name of joint military exercise between India and Oman? Why India and Oman? Why India and Oman? Because again, the news is there from September 12th, right? September 12th. So this news says our Indian Army contingent departs from Oman to participate in exercise Al Naja, right? So Al Naja is the exercise army exercise, right? It is a army exercise between the armies of two countries, right? It is an army exercise. We do it with Oman, right? It is not Al Naga, it is Al Naja, right? Al Naja, right? This is the exercise we do it with Oman over here, right? Oman over here. All right. So you just have to go through the important exercises which are there in news, right? Accordingly, they will frame the questions, right? That's how they frame the questions over there, right? Okay. Then we have this IDEX 24. IDEX 24 focuses on advancement in which sector? In which sector? Now, for answering this question, you should know what is IDEX, right? What is IDEX 24? So here is the article. Here's the article. This says Rajnath Singh inaugurates IDEX 24 Expo in Jodhpur. So again, an important question: from at which place did it held? At Jodhpur, right? IDEX 24 Expo held at Jodhpur. Latest defense techies like anti-drone guns, pseudo satellite on display, right? Pseudo satellite on display, right? So this is what officially inaugurated by Rajasthan. This is a major event coinciding with exercise Tarang Shakti, right? Tarang Shakti is again an exercise of what? Indian Air Force, right? It is of Indian Air Force, right? Indian Air Force running from this. All right. Let us see what is the question over here, right? So this is related to IDEX 24 is related to what? It is naval warfare. Is it naval warfare? No, it is of Air Force, right? IDEX 24 is of Air Force, Indian Air Force, right? This exercise is for Indian Air Force over here, right? Is it space research and exploration? No, right? It is for aviation and aerospace technologies, right? Aviation and aerospace technologies, right? Here, major point of discussion was about AMCA, advanced medium combat aircraft, right? This which we are targeting to develop by 2027 and 28, right? About AMCA, right? These are our fifth generation aircraft, AMCA, right? Okay, let us just go through these articles. See, it is here. Synopsis is given over here. This article, Defense Minister inaugurate Indian Defense Aviation Expo. It is what? IDEX is what? Indian Defense Aviation Exposition in Jodhpur, right? At where? Jodhpur over here, right? Jodhpur. Running alongside with exercise Tarang Shakti. Tarang Shakti was another exercise which was going along with this, right? So you can just go through this news article over here. Okay. Then let us see what is the next one. They're saying, where was Kalvari submarine escape training facility commissioned? Kalvari submarine Kalvari submarines were commissioned where, right? So again, in news, Kalvari submarine escape training facilitated Pantra commenced on Friday. This is this at where? At Vishakhapatnam, right? At Vishakhapatnam over here, right? Vishakhapatnam over here, right? Just go through the articles, which are important articles. I have attached all the important articles which are there, all right, which are there in the news. All right, this another important question over here. We recently had this news article in which it says Navik Sagar Parikrama. Navik Sagar Parikrama, right? Navik Sagar Parikrama. Held where, right? Important question. Held in INS Tarni, right? INS Tarni, right? Crosses Point Nemo, right? So it is a navy exploration. This exercise, Sagar Parikrama 2 expedition, it is what? It is it is a navy exploration exercise. Navy exploration exercise. Exploration exercise, right? It was conducted. This Sagar Parikrama 2 was conducted on INS Tarni, right? INS Tarni, in which two Navy officers. What is important about them? These were women officer, first woman officer who conducted this exercise, right? Who conducted this exercise? First woman officer. So these were Lieutenant Commander Rupa A and Lieutenant Commander Delna K, right? These were the two Navy officers, Rupa and Delna, right? Rupa and Delna K. All right, important over here, right? Lieutenant Commander Delna K and Lieutenant Commander Rupa A aboard INS Tarini. INS Tarini over here again becomes an important point, right? This Navik Sagar Parikrama was conducted on INS Tarini, right? INS Tarini over here, right? Okay, important. Then we have, what is the main objective
Could you
of
please excuse me? Sir, do we have to revise the ports also? From which port till which port did
port
they
is not
travel?
important here. The important part is which was the ship over here, right? Which was the
Okay.
ship over here, and the name of the exercise. The name of the exercise, that is Navik Sagar Parikrama 2, and who were the women officers who were there aboard, right? Who were there aboard, right? Three things over here important. All right. Okay. Then we have, what is the main objective? What is the main objective of open water swimming expedition? Now, what is this open water swimming expedition? Right? Swimming expedition. Now, again, here is the article. Is the article from September 21st, right? So it says Defense Minister Rajnath Singh flagged off its first open water swimming expedition on 21 islands of Andaman and Nicobar, right? So again, important point, where did it happen? At Andaman and Nicobar Island, right? And what is this? What is this? This is for to promote ex marine. No, this is for to honor the valor and sacrifice of Paramveer Chakra awardees, right? Paramveer Chakra awardees, right? It is to honor the valor and sacrifice of Paramveer Chakra awardees over here, right? It is nothing to do with any tourism or marine exploration. Okay, it is to honor our heroes over here, right? It is to honor our heroes, right? So Indian Army, Navy, and Air Force personnel take part in the expedition. Expedition team swims to 21 islands of Andaman and Nicobar, and team swims 300 kilometers over a period of 5 months. Right. Okay. Then we have this Abhed lightweight bulletproof jacket. Lightweight bulletproof jacket. So it is saying which organization developed it. Which organizations developed it. So this is the article here, right? Abhed jackets. It is developed by DRDO and together with IIT Delhi, right? IIT Delhi over here, right? It is developed by, what is Abhed? Abhed is advanced ballistic for high energy defeat. High energy defeat. Okay. All right. So offers protection against sophisticated weapons, including AK-47, right? Abhed lightweight bulletproof jacket. These are bulletproof jackets. So it is developed by DRDO and IIT Delhi over here. All right. Okay. Then we have this one. This is, where was the 41st Indian Coast Guard Commanders Conference held? 41st Indian Coast Guard Commanders Conference held, right? Again, the news article over here, right? Defense Rajnath Singh on Tuesday inaugurates 41 at New Delhi, right? New Delhi, right? So it was held at New Delhi. Of whom? About the Coast Guard, right? About the Indian 41st Indian Coast Guard Commanders Conference, right? 41st Indian Coast Guard Commanders Conference, right? Over here, important point. Okay. Then we have this another exercise named Kaz Ind. Kaz Ind. Kaz Ind. Kaz for Kazakhstan, right? Kaz for Kazakhstan. They can ask you the question, right? Kaz Ind is the exercise between which country? So Kaz for Kazakhstan, right? And India. Kazakhstan and India is being held at which location? Now they are asking you at the location. Which location is it happening, right? Is it Jaipur? Is it Alui? Is it Pune? Or is it Jaisalmer, Rajasthan, right? So here is another the article on this, right? From September 2030, right? This is saying India, Kazakhstan, Kaz Ind started in Uttarakhand's Aoi. Aoi is the district and Uttarakhand, right? It has happened in Aoi, Uttarakhand. You can see the mountains over here, right? So they are there in Uttarakhand, right? So this is Kazakh in 2024, right? Kazakh in 2024. India Kazakhstan joint exercise, right? India Kazakhstan joint exercise, right? So it is in Uttarakhand over here, right? Okay. All right. Another important question which is there in news. Who became the first woman Director General of the Armed Forces, Forces Medical Services, AFMS, right? So, what is important about this news? This is the first woman officer. Who is the first woman officer, right? First woman officer, right? Very important question it becomes, right? So here is the article attached here, all right, about from the Hindus is saying from October 2, right? This article from October 2, Surgeon Vice Admiral Aarti ma'am, right? Aarti Sarin became the first woman DG of Armed Forces Medical Services, right? About this, you can read over here. You can just go through the article over here. All right, it is attached here. Okay. So this is Aarti ma'am. Surgeon Vice Admiral. Yes, she's a Surgeon Vice Admiral Aarti Sarni, right? Aarti Sarni over here. All right, important over here again. All right. Then we have which organization is responsible for organizing Def Connect 4.0 4.0 Def Connect. Now what is this Def Connect 4.0? Here's the article. Rajnath Singh to inaugurate Def Connect 4.0 event in Delhi today, right? So here it is an event in Delhi on Monday as significant step towards advancing indigenous innovation and celebrating the growing defense ecosystem of our country, right? Of our country. So what is the question? Which organization is responsible, right? Which organization is responsible? So here you can find this event is organized by IDEXDIO, right? IDEXDIO, right? It is under Ministry of Defense, right? Under Ministry of Defense. Okay, another important question, right? Diff Connect 4.0, all right? In news from October 7, all right? Okay. Then we have this another missile, right? What is the primary role of Vishot's missile, right? What is this Vishot's missile? So let us see through it. It is DRDO announces completion of development trials of man-portable air defense system, right? It is a air defense system, right? Air defense system, right? So it is a think tank warfare, no, short range and defense against aerial threats. This is short range and defense against aerial threats, right? Against aerial threats, right? What is this? Vishots, right? All right. Let us now move to the next one. This is saying which country are participating in Malabar, right? Malabar 2024, right? Where is Malabar happening? Which countries are participating in this exercise? There's the article here, right? From October 6 again, all right? So Australia, USA, Japan sent warship, helicopter, and patrol aircraft, right? Maritime exercise is set to place from 8 October to 18, beginning at Vishakhapatnam, right? It is held at Vishakhapatnam. Right? Hosted by India And this exercise will see participation from Australia, Japan, and United States, along with India. Right? India is the host. So we have Australia, we have Japan, and we have United States over here, right? Australia, Japan, and Australia, Japan, and United States over here, right? Okay. Malabar 2024, right? Held in October 24, right? Held at October 24. Where? In Vishakhapatnam again. Vishakhapatnam, right? In Vishakhapatnam, right? Okay. Then we have this. Where was the Grand Air Show for IAF 92nd anniversary held? So where was this air show held? Right. So this air show, recent air show, on 8th of October, right? 8th October. That is what? That is Air Force Day. Air Force Day. We celebrate on 8th October. It held, this air show held in Chennai, right? It held at Chennai, all right? So Indian Air Force air show set present Chennai ahead of 92nd IAF anniversary, right? IAF anniversary over here, all right? So this was it. Now this question says, which company manufactures THAAD, THAAD missiles defense system? Now, why is THAAD important? Why is now THAAD important over here, right? So you can see the article over here from October 16. THAAD missile system. What's the advanced anti-missile system and why US sending it to Israel, right? So this is now this is which company manufactures this THAAD missile system, right? Now the question is which company develops this THAAD missile system, right? So that's how they make the questions over here, right? That's how the questions are made. So you can read about this THAAD missile over here, right? THAAD missile. So this THAAD missile system is developed by Lockheed Martin of USA, right? USA THAAD missile system. Lockheed Martin, right? Lockheed Martin for THAAD missile system, right? It is developed by THAAD missile system is developed by USA, right? It's developed by USA. Now they are sending it to Israel. They are sending it to Israel over there. All right. So again, an important question over here, right? Now this is saying, what is the name of India Oman bilateral naval exercise held on October, right? India Oman bilateral naval exercise. India Oman bilateral exercise. So this exercise name is Nazim Al Bahar. Nazim Al Bahar. Where it held? In Goa, right? In Goa. So we have this exercise Nazim Al Bahar. Okay. Again, news from October. All right. Okay. Now this is saying what is the primary theme of Swablamban 2024? What is the theme they are asking you now, right? What is the theme of this Swablamban, right? Swablamban. So you can read the article about here, right? So this our current chief of naval staff, that is Admiral Dinesh K. Tripathi. Dinesh K. Tripathi inaugurates Swablamban 2024, right? Swablamban 2024. Now, what is the theme? The theme of this Swablamban is strength, power through innovation and indization, right? So it is strength, power through innovation and indization, right? Important over here, right? This is the theme of this aircraft, theme of this Swablamban, right? Okay. Then we have SIMBEX. SIMBEX aims to strengthen cooperation between India and Singapore. In which domain they are asking you? In which domain they are asking you? So what we got to know, SIMBEX is exercise between India and Singapore, right? We do it with Singapore, right? One question made over here, right? India and Singapore. Now they are asking you aims to strengthen cooperation between India. In which domain? Which domain they are asking you, right? Which domain? So it is what? India, Singapore, and India maritime exercise. So it is a maritime. It is exercise by navies. It is exercise by navies, right? Of Singapore and India, right? So can we now say what it is? Trade and commerce? No, right? Maritime security and naval operations, right? maritime security and naval operations over here, right? So that's how the questions are made, right? That's how the questions are made in your exam, right? Just go through the articles, important, all the important articles we have attached here with this PDF, right? So it is saying which Indian naval vessel participated in India Germany MPX, right? Which naval vessel it participated, right? So you can just go through this article again, article by PIB. So it is saying Indian naval ship Talbar, right? It is the Talbar ship which went to Germany, right? Talbar went to Germany, right? For this MPX exercise. MPS exercise between India and Germany, right? India and Germany, between the navies of India and Germany, right? So it is INS Talbar, right? INS Talbar over here, right? Again, article from August, right? So last 6 months news which are there, right? We have to be very sure on that, right? We have to be very sure about the last 6 month news of defense, especially because here the questions are made like this, right? Okay. Then we have this: which two countries participate in joint military exercise Vajra Prahar, right? Vajra Prahar. So Vajra Prahar is exercise to take place in USA, enhancing cooperation between India and US Army Special Forces. So it is a Vajra Prahar. It is a exercise between the special forces, right? Special forces of US and India. US and India, right? US and India. So this is between India and USA, right? India and USA. What else exercise do we do with USA? That is we just did Yuddha Abhyas, right? With India and USA. Yuddha Abhyas, right? Yuddha Abhyas again with India and USA, right? India and USA. Now, this exercise, what is important about this exercise, Vajra Prahar, that it is held at USA, right? It held at USA. This Yudhya Abhyas, it held at India, right? Yudhya Abhyas held at India. And this Vajra Prahar, it held at USA over here, right? Important over here, right? November 1st news, right? Okay. Now, this saying, which two countries participate in the joint military exercise Garud Shakti? So, Garud Shakti happened, right? Was in news in November 1st. So this Garud Shakti, we do it with which countries? We do it with Indonesia over here, right? Garud Shakti, we do it with Indonesia, right? Indonesia, we do Garud Shakti, right? So India and Indonesia about Garud Shakti. You can see this. The special forces, right? Paramilitary forces, they participate in this exercise Garud Shakti over here, right? Indian Army departs to Indonesia for joint exercise Garud Shakti, right? Okay. Then we have the exercise Winbacks, right? Winbacks with whom? With Vietnam, right? With Vietnam, we do Winbacks. Is focused on improving which type of military cooperation, right? So this Winbacks, it is held between, you can see over here, it is between armies of the two countries, right? It is between the armies of the two countries, right? So it is not aerial combat and air surveillance. It is not naval warfare. It is counter insurgency and jungle warfare, right? Insurgencies and jungle warfare operations over here, right? So winbacks between India and Vietnam of the armies of India and Vietnam and for counter insurgency and jungle warfare operations, right? And it held where in Ambala, right? This India Vietnam joint military exercise get underway in Ambala over here, right? Again, important news from November month, from November 4, right? Okay. Then we have this, okay, this aircraft C295 aircraft. Why this C295 aircrafts are important? Because we have very recently inducted this into our Indian Air Force, right? We have very recently inducted this C295 aircrafts in our Air Force. And where did we take it from? Which country did we take it from? We take this C295 from Spain. All right, remember this. We took this aircrafts from Spain, right? Primary serving which role in the Indian? And what is the role of this? Are they fighter aircraft? No. Are they strategic bomber? No. Are they transport and tactic airlift? Yes, right? They are transport and tactical airlift, right? Transport and tactical airlift, right? These aircrafts we recently inducted into our air force. This is an article which is there about this, right? From November 12th, right? November 12th, right? And where are they commissioned? At Agra Air Force, right? Agra Air Force Station, in Agra Air Force Station over here, right? Just go through these all articles, right? All articles are very important over here, right? Where did we take this from? C295 from Spain, right? We took this from Spain, right? Okay. Then we have this exercise, Purvi Prahar, right? This exercise, Purvi Prahar exercise involves which branch of the Indian Armed Forces? Purvi Prahar, which branch of the Indian Armed Forces? So, is it Army, Navy? Is it Air Force, Navy? Is it Army, Navy, or only? So, this, if you just go through this article, this says India to conduct major tri-service exercise, right? It is a tri-service exercise. That means what? Army, Navy, and Air Force. All the three, right? All the three are involved in this Purvi Prahar exercise, right? Purvi Prahar exercise, right? Here's the article. You can just go through it, all right, about this. Okay. Then we have this, which of the following countries is not a participant in IB SMAR exercise? What is IB SMAR exercise? If you again read this article from PIB, it is saying INS Talwar arrives South Africa to participate in IB SMAR 8. IB SMAR 8, right? It is the 8th edition of this exercise. So if you just go through it, Indian Navy front end strength, INS Talwar. So INS Talwar participated in this exercise, right? And it is a joint military exercise between India, Brazil, and South Africa Navy, right? South Africa Navy scheduled 6th October to 18th October over here. So which of the following, the question is, which of the following country is not a participant of this exercise? So it is Russia, right? It is Russia. India is a participant of it, Brazil is a participant, and South Africa is a participant of this exercise, right? Okay. Then we have, so these were some very, very important news articles and the questions which might appear in your exam based on this, right? Based on the last previous 6 months, right? Important articles about the previous 6 months of your for your this Afcat 2025 exam, right? Okay. Then let us discuss some important static part, all right? Some important static part about this, right? So we have this commands, right? We have commands of the Air Force. Commands of the Air Force, right? So we have the Western Command. So we have this, right? Our commands of the Air Force are located at different places, right? So the Western Command is located. You can just draw it like this, right? Just to remember it, right? Just to remember it. The Western Command, right? The Western Command of the Indian Air Force is located in New Delhi, right? It is located in New Delhi, right? Then we have our Southern Command. We have our Southern Command at Trivandrum, right? Trivandrum. We have Southern Command at Trivandrum. Then we have Eastern Command. Eastern Command in Shillong, right? Eastern Command is in Shillong over here, right? Shillong over here. Then we have our Central Command, right? We have a Central Command. Central Command is at Allahabad or Prayagraj, right? Allahabad. Then we don't have a Northern Command in the Air Force, right? We don't have a Northern Command, right? Northern Command is not there with the Air Force, right? And we have a Southwestern Command, right? We have a Southwestern Command at Gandhinagar. At Gandhinagar. in Gujarat, right? Gandhinagar, right? So we have this 5 operationals command. We have this 5 operationals command. We have two additional commands. We have two additional commands, that is maintenance command. Maintenance command, it is in Nagpur. Nagpur. And we have a training command. We have a training command at Bangalore, right? Training command at Bangalore over here, right? So these are some important static part which we need to know about the defense part. All right, defense part. Similarly we have this for army as well, right? For army as well, right? So we are this northern command in Udhampur, northern command in Udhampur, western command in Chandi Mandir, southern command in Jaipur, Rajasthan. Then we have southwestern command in Jaipur, and we have southern command in Pune. Then we have Eastern Command at Kolkata, and Central Command at Lucknow, right? Training Command is at Shimla, right? Shimla. So these are the commands of the Indian Army, right? These are the commands of Indian Army. And we have 3 naval commands as well. Naval commands at Mumbai, right? Western Naval Command, Mumbai. Eastern Naval Command is it at Vishakhapatnam, right? All the important things, all the important exercises which we discussed are happening at this Eastern Command, right? Eastern Command at Vishakhapatnam over here, right? And we have also a Southern Command, that is at Kochi, right? Southern Command is at Kochi, right? Another important points that we celebrated this Indian Air Force Day, right? Day Indian Air Force Day. When did we celebrate it? On 8th of October, right? 8th October we celebrated it. Now, important question over here is, what was this for 2024? 2024, what was the theme? What was the theme of this Air Force Day? So it was potential, potent, powerful, and self-reliant, This was the theme, right? This was the theme of the Indian Air Force Day, which was conducted recently on 8th of October 2024, right? 8th October 2024. This was the theme: potent, powerful, and self-reliant, right? And self-reliant, right? Then we have this important new branch, right? New branch. It is known as weapon systems branch, right? Weapon systems branch of the Air Force, right? Which is very recently opened, right? Which is this weapon system branch is very recently opened. And we have this weapon system school, right? We have this weapon system school, which is located where, right? It is located at Begumpet, right? It is located at Begumpet, Begumpet, Hyderabad. Begumpet, Hyderabad. All right. It is located at Begumpet, right? Few important things which I want to discuss. The current chief, right? So different chiefs of Indian Air Force. Indian Air Force is Air Marshal Amarpreet Singh. Amarpreet Singh, right? This is the Air Chief, right? We have Navy Chief. Navy Chief, we have Dinesh Tripathi, right? Dinesh Tripathi. Then we have our Army Chief. For Army, it is General Upendra Trivedi. Right? Upendra Trivedi, right? And we have CSD. Current CSD is Lieutenant General Anil Chauhan, right? Anil Chauhan, right? So these are some important topics, right? Important points which we need to remember about the defense part, right? Especially the defense part of your current affairs, right? Current affairs. So from in your current affairs, you can expect around 3 to 4 questions, 3 to 4 questions from this slides itself, right? 3 to 4 questions from these slides which we have made, which are there in these slides, right? You can expect 3 to 4 questions from all these slides, right? All these slides over here, right? Just go through them once again, right? Just go through the articles once again, right? Just go through the articles once again, and also just revise them all before going in your exam, right? Before going in your exam. So that was about the important topics of your defense. All right, I'll just stop the recording.